All right, welcome to Protect Your Children Now. This is your host, Christopher Gelson with Protect Your Children Incorporated, protectfrompredators.org, and protectyourchildren.org. Protectyourchildren.org and protectfrompredators.org. Get myself confused. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. We got a great show lined up for you. Lots of education, awareness, warnings, everything you need to help keep your kids safe. In this crazy world that we live in, we need all the education and awareness that we can get. So, thank you for being here. Appreciate everybody. Let me jump over to the chat real quick. Live chat is open. Let me say hello to everyone in there. There we go, right there. Good deal. Hello to everybody there. So, it turns out that a couple weeks back, remember we had an issue with what we thought was YouTube. And it turns out it was a technical issue, not a censorship. So that's kind of good news, right? But in any case, going forward, we have to be very careful with what we say. So I need you to put on your thinking caps, as they would say in school. Put on your thinking cap, right? And you'll be able to decipher certain words that have to be mixed up for the algo, because YouTube, with the blink of an eye, will silence the stream. And yeah, we've seen it happen before. So it's pretty wild to think that YouTube is censoring live streams. So they are pretty much hearing everything that's happening before it goes out onto the air and stopping it if they think it violates their guidelines. So yeah, so we have to be careful. Even though our goal here is to protect children from predators, I don't see what could be wrong with that. But hey, in today's world, you know what we're dealing with, okay? Our other director, she got banned from Facebook for simply stating that what her opinion was on abortion. And they banned her for 10 days, Facebook jail. So yeah, that's the kind of society we're in now, apparently, with social media. And what we tell people is get back to talking to each other, you know, not in social media. You know, try to, you know, we're going to be all on social media, of course, but when it comes down to the important issues, talk to each other, right? Like we used to. We used to talk to our neighbors. We used to talk to the mailman. We, you know, go talk to the mail woman, right? The mailman. Talk to people, your coworkers at lunchtime. You know, engage in those conversations that we're kind of afraid to have now, or we're just too quick to pick up our phones and get lost in those, right? Because the reality is, if your social media accounts are filled with 90% of everybody who's, you know, like, who agrees with you, then what are you really doing to get the word out, right? And that's our point here. If we're only talking to people that already are going to protect their kids, that are already being careful, sure, we can bring you some new information that can help you out. Of course, that's part of it. But really, we want to reach people. We want to reach the parents that got their head in the sand. We want to reach the parents that don't think that the danger of predators is that real. And that's where you come in. By liking, subscribing, sharing posts, retweeting, following us on YouTube, following us on Rumble, all those different things, you're helping to get education and awareness into the hands of the parents and even in front of the kids so they can be safe. So please help us out in doing that. All right, so tonight we're going to look at a popular online game that has just become more dangerous than it was before. Yeah, and there's millions of kids playing it, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that. We're going to look into this teacher who had like a 10-year reign of terror, right, involving drugs, money, sex with the younger peoples. We'll say it like that. Finally got caught after 10 years, is now in basically on trial, federal trial. But again, 10 years of social media communications, exploits, having alone time with the kids. Where were the parents? Did nobody pick up on this for all of that time? So we're going to get into that as well. Plus, we got a great hero segment for you, brought to you by the Steve Harvey Show. Yeah, we got a clip from Steve Harvey, yes, because he had a couple of girls on there that absolutely are heroes, and we're going to bring that to you in a little bit. So we're going to bring that too. So, all right. I want to tell you about our website, which I did, protectyourchildren.org, protectfrompredators.org. Lots of great information there. Lots of fantastic information. Okay. There you go, right there. All right. You can scroll down and have quick links to everything. Right here is where all the live shows are hosted, and they're also, of course, on all of our social media, so you can find them there too. But people that go to the website can click right here, bada bing, right there, and get all the live shows. All of our social media accounts are right here. Facebook group, Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Rumble. Yeah, we're on them all. We're on them all, so definitely check that out. Free in-depth protection guidelines. Very important, parents. Free in-depth protection guidelines to keep your kids safe. Free download, English and Spanish. You can check that out right there. Tips on preventing child kidnapping. A whole lot of stuff. It's all there. All quick links to it. Protect Your Children merch. Yes, we make $1. Full disclosure, we make $1, $1.25 off of each product, which goes right back into the organization. More importantly, though, you are wearing hoodies and carrying around water containers and coffee cups and all sorts of great things that are helping to keep kids safe. So definitely check out protectyourchildren.org today and check out the merch. We got some great merch there. Website visits are over 11,600 now. The protection videos have been viewed over 800,000 times. That is not made up. On Facebook, the combined total of the protection videos we've been doing for the past almost 4 years now, since June of 2020, 800,000 times. That's almost 1 million views. Incredible, right? So that's awesome. A lot of that was early on when we had people that were donating. We were able to advertise, promote, and we reached a lot of people. Not so much these days. People aren't donating these days. So we're restricted in how far we can reach. But in any case, what a great number. Twitter, Facebook page followers, got to update that. That's well over 5,000 now. So, but in any case, protectyourchildren.org. Check the website out. Marie T is in the chat. What's up, Marie T? She said, hey there, y'all. Y'all. Got the Southern twang going on there. Y'all, what's going on, y'all? Glad you are here. And yeah. All right, so let's take a look at this first. Oh my gosh. This first thing I want to show you, this is just kind of like important. Well, not kind of, but it really is important. Just when you think you didn't have enough to worry about, guess what? Guess what? Yeah, guess what? How about kids ingesting, you guessed it, fentanyl? Fentanyl-laced gummy bears. What kind of evil is this? Right? It says 5 Virginia elementary students ingest fentanyl-laced gummy bears and required medical attention. Central Elementary School student brought gummy bears from their home. Okay. Unbelievable, right? 5 elementary school students have received medical attention in Virginia after ingesting fentanyl-laced gummy bears, something that one of the children brought from their home. The incident happened Tuesday at Central Elementary School in Amherst, a town north of Lynchburg. Unbelievable. I mean, is the evil gotten that bad? Is it gotten that bad where the drug dealers are lacing gummy bears with fentanyl so they can get the kids hooked and potentially killed? I mean, do we got to check their candy now? Yep, not just at Halloween. All year round now. Parents, it is a full-time job to keep your kids safe. And we're here to help you do that by making you aware of what's going on, what's out there, what the trends are. The district said it confirmed that the bag of gummy bears was brought from home by a student and will work with the sheriff's office as they continue their investigation. The families of the students have been notified of the results. And you look down here, Virginia High School suffers 7 opiate-related overdoses in 3 weeks. This is a high school. Are kids under attack? Are they under attack? We got fentanyl-laced gummy bears. We got opiate overdoses. by high school kids? It's a great question. Marie says, did the gummies belong to the parents? That's one thing we hope that the Sheriff's Department is going to find out. How in the world did fentanyl-laced gummy bears get into the hands of this student so that they can bring it to school and get all these kids sick? What's happening there? What's happening? But this is the world we're living in. It's gotten crazier and crazier, and you got to keep your eyes open. You got to watch everything now. It's unbelievable. Before I forget, I want to let you know that we do ship out for free this handy dandy awesome bumper magnet. It's not a sticker. It's not going to mess up your car. Protect children from molesters and kidnapping. Protectfrompredators.org. There's our QR code. You ride around with this on your car, and everybody who's behind you will be able to just scan the QR code and go right to our website and get protection information. We will ship these out for free, no cost to you. Visit our website, protectyourchildren.org. Go to the Contact Us page and say, hey, send me a bumper magnet. We'll actually send you a goodie package, bumper magnets, brochures, business cards, all that stuff that you can hand out. Also on our website, you can download this flyer. Learn how to protect children from predators when they're online and in the community. Okay, it's got a QR code on it. You can download this. Obviously, it's for free. Print it out. Leave it out at work. Hand it out to people. Bring it to church. Put a stack different places. And people will be able to take it home and protect their children. So both of those things available on protectyourchildren.org. Protectyourchildren.org. Check it out. All right, let's jump into some stuff that we missed. Well, that you may have missed. We didn't miss it because we posted it. And we check our social media every day. Let's check this first thing out here. Let's see what we got. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Let's take a look. We put this on here. This could even be a police officer. What? Huh? What? That doesn't seem like a complete sentence. Yes, predators can be police officers too. Yeah. You would think like, duh, right? What? Really? Yeah, no joke. Iowa police officer punished for using ride-along program to prey on teen participant. So you know how the Sheriff's Department, they have these ride-along programs, especially for teenagers that want to become police officers and get into that field. And they let them ride along. Adults do it too. They can ride along with actual patrols and experience actual, work that the police are doing. Well, this scumbag over here decided, hey, I want to have this girl riding along with me. And yeah, I'm going to just be a predator and take advantage of her, which is exactly what he did. Iowa police officer punished for using ride-along program to prey on teen participant. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Then we got, look at this guy, Sheriff Grady Judge down in Florida. Second in 1 week, we said. Another Polk County teacher accused of preying on students is arrested, deputies say. That's 2 in 1 week. Yeah, Florida's got a big predator problem. Of course, a lot of states do. We've seen Iowa. We're going to see Mississippi tonight. Florida, it's everywhere. Everywhere. And all the schools, parents, you have to be aware of what's going on, where your kids are at, and what they're doing. Then we posted this, which we're actually going to watch here in a second. This is from Instagram. And we asked the question, how long did it take? Now, nobody responded, probably because only like 10 people saw the post, which is why we bring you these in case you missed it. Screenshots right here, because you may have not even saw this on our Facebook, but it was there. And how long did it take? Let's watch this. Hopefully it'll play. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. It's only it's really short, but let's check this out. Oh, it doesn't want to play. Okay. All right, we're going to have to restart that because it didn't want to play. But this is going to blow your mind. The answer to that question when we said, how long did it take? 10 seconds. 10 seconds is how long it took. Go figure. I'm going to bring this to you in a second. You might be able to hear this in the background. Unfortunately, because we're playing it off of Instagram and the browser, we have to wait for it to restart, and then I'll share the tab with you. But yeah, this you're going to see here, it took about 10 seconds for somebody to post in a chat room, and it took 10 seconds for predators to jump all over the post. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, 10 seconds. You're going to see this here in a second. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to actually play this for you in just a second, so bear with me here. I probably should have downloaded this so we can have it to play, but here we go.
Ryan, do you think you could demonstrate right here, right now, how fast these sexual predators will show up in a chat room?
Yeah.
Fire your computer up. Let's do it.
I'm recording, so now I'm just going to say, hi, who wants to chat? And I named myself Ashley Female New Jersey, 13 Female New Jersey. Let's see how many private messages come in. 3.
It's been like 10 seconds.
Yep. Hey, want to fool around? Hey, how old are you? Oh, he's 47.
47 years old in a teen chat room.
He says he's okay. I said, are you okay with my age? He says, yes. So out of all of these, there's one guy here who is 47 years old, less than a minute, who wants to talk to a child in a teen chat. And I only said hi in the chat room, nothing else.
Holy shit, dude.
How about that? What was it? 4 contacts already in 10 seconds? This gives you an idea of how many predators are lurking in these chat rooms and on social media. They're all over the place. All your child's got to do is get in there, start talking, just say, hi, who wants to chat? And the next thing you know, they're being solicited online. That's how crazy it is. And that's why we continue to promote MM Guardian, AirDroid for the Android phones, different parental control apps that you can have monitoring the messages that your children are receiving. So if there's anything crazy going on there, you'll get notified about it and you can help keep them safe. But it took what? 10 seconds. 10 seconds. That's all it was. Just 10 seconds. And there was these predators jumping all over this poor child's post. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see what we got here. And of course, we posted this right here. Kind of goes right along with it. Parents and guardians, for the love of God and your children, be nosy. Be nosy. 1 out of 5 kids will be solicited online before age 18. ProtectFromPredators.org. 1 out of 5. Yeah. You know, a group of 6 kids, at least 1 or 2 of them being solicited online by a predator. So what do you think when you got all these kids that are online without any supervision for hours and hours and hours and all these different apps, right? Parents aren't paying attention. Kids are just in their room on their phone, right? How many of them are talking to predators right now? How many are talking to predators right now and don't even realize that the person's a predator yet? But they will know. How many? Tons. Tons. So definitely, parents, be nosy. Be nosy. All right, let's jump into our hero segment real quick here. Unbelievable stuff. Hero segment. Like I said, coming up, we're going to bring this report on this online game that is super popular. Millions of kids are playing it, and adults too. I'll give you a little hint. They got to be outside to play it. Well, it just got a whole lot more dangerous, and we're going to show you why in just a little bit. So stick with us on that. But for now, let's jump into our Hero Kids segment, brought to you courtesy of the Steve Harvey Show. Yes, check it out.
You're going to really like this. My next guest made national headlines after a man tried to steal a mom's car while they were in it. Now, what he didn't count on was a 12-year-old girl willing to give him a beatdown to save her younger sister. Please welcome sisters Maddie and Molly. right, ladies, how you doing?
Good. Good.
Well, welcome to the show. Okay, can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, we were on our way to our local theme park, and we saw a terrible crash happen before us. So my mom pulled over, parked the car. She got out to check on the lady that had been hit. Well, I saw the guy hit the tree. He came out of his car like Dukes of Hazzard style, through the sunroof and everything. And after that, I saw him make a beeline straight towards our car. And I was like, boy, don't you dare, first of all. And
Okay, now, where were you in the car?
I was in the passenger seat.
Okay, and where were you?
I was in the back.
In the back, okay, now.
Yep. So after he made eye contact with me and I said, don't you dare, he continued to get into the car, tried to start the car. I'm punching, kicking, screaming, yelling for her to get out. Turned it into drive because it's not going to start.
So you dropped the car into drive?
Yep.
Because you knew it wouldn't start?
Right. Yep.
Molly, were you scared for your sister?
Yes, but I wouldn't leave her.
You wouldn't leave her. She was telling you to get out, you wouldn't get out.
Took her long enough. Get out.
Took a look. So what happened next?
My mom saw us struggling with the man, and she came over, punched, kicked, whatever she could do, trying to get the keys out. We tag teamed him. She was hitting on one side, I was hitting on the other.
Let him have it.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So, Molly, were you happy to see your mom?
Yeah, and she came over and hugged us.
Now, Maddie, you got hurt, though.
Yes, I fractured my growth plate in my wrist, and I have 2 pinched nerves, and I'm waiting on the MRI.
You were swinging so hard,
Yep.
but you kept throwing blows, though.
It took me 4 hours to realize that I had broken my wrist because I was so hyped up on
Yeah, that adrenaline. Yeah. Where'd you learn how to fight like that?
Being that my whole family is first responders, they taught me to kick, hit, bite, scream.
Yes.
Whatever you got to do to get them away.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
And I ride horses, so if I can control a 1,500-pound animal, I can control him.
Awesome. Awesome. How great is that? Right? You know, and people might overlook the little details in there, right? But her little sister was in the car. If that scumbag had started that car, he would have took off potentially with her little sister in that car and even with her in the car. But she said, oh, no, you ain't. No, you're not going to do that. You're not taking this car, right? She was brave. She was strong. She knew how to fight, right? And that's what needs to happen, right? We always tell kids that if somebody tries to grab a child, they got to kick, they got to scream, they got to punch. You know, we always tell people that if a predator is going to gag the child's mouth, right, that's going to take a hand, right? They only got one hand left to carry them, right? So they might try to hold their mouth and carry them at the same time, but if they're kicking, punching, screaming, getting attention, they're probably not going to get away. Right. And that's the idea. And this girl did absolutely the right thing. And as Marie said, it's a sign of good parenting. Absolutely good parenting. You teach them to be ready and what to do in those stressful situations. And this girl just was really a hero, protected her sister, protected her mom even, saved the car, and the guy got busted. So that's just awesome. And we love to bring those stories because there's so many great kids out there. And our goal is to help them stay that way, right? Our goal is to help kids stay that way where they're thinking about other people. They're not just thinking about themselves, right? They're not so lost in fentanyl and social media and all this other stuff that they're wrapped up in everything else that they can't even focus on helping people when they need it, right? And there's a lot of good parents that are out there that are doing a great job. And parents, we know it's tough. It sounds like we're pretty rough on parents, and sometimes we are. And that's a big frustration that we have, you know, as an organization have. A lot of times when we hear about these stories of these teachers or the priests or all these people that are abusing these kids and these predators, you find out that they've been communicating with them for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, on their social media apps and the parents never knew. And it's like, if parents are more engaged and were more nosy, as we say, right, they could nip that right at the beginning. And so, yeah, it's hard for us when we see situations that could have been prevented if parents had been more involved, right? Or other caring individuals more involved. Yeah, the kids don't like it. They don't like when, you're being nosy. They think you just don't trust them. But you know what? You're looking out for them. You're keeping them safe. And that's what you got to do. You have to do it. You have to do it. All right. Let's check this out. This is the federal trial underway for this former Mississippi teacher charged with, I wonder if I could say that in the same sentence without getting in trouble. I don't know, the censorship here. Federal trial underway for former Mississippi teacher charged with crimes against children. There we go. How about that? All right. The federal trial for a former Mississippi teacher started on Monday, December 11th. I don't even know how to say that name. Toshimi Wilson, a former teacher at Amory High School, was charged with 10 counts of sexual exploitation of young people. The Daily Journal reported that Wilson, 48, of Okolona, could face up to 300 years in prison if he is found guilty on all of the charges. 300 years. He is accused of photographing or making videos of 9 minors between 2006 and 2016. That's 10 years while teaching at Amory High School. Investigators said Wilson targeted students in the high school technology club, giving them cash or drugs to perform certain acts alone or with dolls. How does this go on for 10 years? Was this teacher ever looked into? Was there ever an investigation? Was there ever any complaints made? I mean, no, nothing in 10 years? No one had any idea this was going on? State education officials learned that Wilson may have, we'll say, hurt students in November 2020 after a former student talked to a counselor. Investigators found images of young people performing certain things on his phone and his computer. Wilson was originally arrested by state officials in May of 2021 after investigators searched his house and storage building and seized more than 300 items, including videos labeled with different actual positions and the names of students. Sounds like he was selling the stuff too. But again, 10 years. How many more students are there? 10 years. Again, if we turn a blind eye to stuff, you'll never recognize what you need to. Right? And that's what happens. It's not going to happen. It's all fine. No big deal. Don't need to pay attention to it. And that's when it happens because no one's paying attention. 10 years this scumbag got away with this stuff. 10 years. And there's probably a whole lot more than 9 students. Well, now he's facing 300 years. So that's going to take care of that one. Unbelievable. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Marie T is in there. She's the only one in the chat right now, Marie T, but there's more than that watching. So we'll tell you that there are limitations. If you're on YouTube and you don't actually give YouTube permission, then you can't actually post in here, which is interesting. Don't know why. It's just a kind of a messed up situation about the software that we're using. But until we find a better one, this is what we got. So Facebook, if you have a Facebook account and you gave Facebook permission, then we can see your comments. If you're on Rumble, we cannot see your comments. So we thank everybody who is watching, and we're sorry that you can't comment in the chat. But you can text the show 727-349-6941, 727-349-6941. You can send a text, and we will read your text on the air. 727-349-6941. And that's how you can get your voice heard on Protect Your Children Now. All right. Here we go. What's the online game we're talking about? Who knows out there before we bring it up? What's the online game that the adults are playing, the kids are playing? Yeah, it's been out for a while. I think it came out really in 2000. Oh, it's been a while, 16 maybe. And it got super popular, super fast. Kind of raised the ire of us, that's for darn sure. We are talking about Pokemon Go. Yes, unleash the power of communication in Pokemon Go. See, anybody who's played Pokemon Go originally, okay, guess what? There was no way to communicate with people in that game. So, you know how it works. You know, the game, it's a virtual AI kind of deal. And it makes Pokemon show up around you, around your home, or in your home, or at your school, or around your school, or in your neighborhood. And these kids would walk around with their heads in their phone, going to areas where they're trying to find Pokemons, trying to find Pokestops, as they call them. Well, one of the early problems with Pokemon Go was that unauthorized Pokestops can be created. Now, a Pokestop is where kids can go and search for Pokemon, okay? So Pokemon Go found out early on that predators were actually creating Pokestops, and the kids were coming right to them, right? Now, of course, the game uses location services. They're turned on. And there's even a warning in the game, you know, when you're loading up the app and everything, the thing that no one ever reads, you know, all that blah, 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 and they're like, yeah, skip it. I just want to get to the game, right? Well, in all of that, it tells you that it will track your location. It'll track your preferences, tracks the IP of your phone, tells the game what kind of phone you got. And it says that anytime you use your camera to capture a Pokemon in the game, it stores your catches. In other words, it stores the pictures that the kids are taking. How crazy is that? Well, now there's the ability to communicate with complete strangers that are just looking for Pokemon just like the kiddies are, right? And you would think that the parents would be with the kids as the kids are roaming the neighborhood looking for Pokemon to catch, but they're not, unfortunately. So now the kids can communicate. And the way it's promoted is communicate with other seekers. You can communicate with complete strangers now that live right near you that are also looking for Pokemon. And there's, how great is that? Oh, they're celebrating this. Just like Uber celebrated, what? Rides for teenagers, right? 13 years old. As we showed you on the live stream a month or so ago, we created a fake account right here for you. They didn't verify who we were. We set up a fake account for a fake 13-year-old, and Uber just approved it. Like, okay, now you can send the 13-year-old rides. What? What? Excuse me? Yeah, but that's a great idea, they said. And now it's a great idea to give communication with complete strangers to kids walking around their neighborhood without adults. Great idea, right? So this article here from Toolify just kind of talks about it, talks about the pros and cons. It's called In-Game Chat, Enhancing the Social Experience in Pokemon Go. Okay? But here's the thing, and it even says it in here. While some believe that the introduction of in-game chat is a much-needed feature, others worry that it will only make the game more toxic. Do you think so? Do you think only good, law-abiding, normal citizens are going to be using the in-game chat? Come on. Right? Oh, it says in the article, we'll delve deeper into the new social features, including changes to raid battles and the in-game shop and augmented reality. Okay? Now, I'm going to share something with you. No need. It's a game played outside. Yeah. See? Memory said, no, you said it's a game played outside. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Right? Now, No need for the tinfoil hat, but just a little history on Pokemon Go really quick here. When Pokemon Go first hit the market, right, it was free. I think it kind of pretty much still is. You can pay for added features, you know how it goes. And it took the country by storm, took the world by storm, okay? And all of these millions of kids are playing it. They're all roaming around neighborhoods, capturing artificial fake things that aren't really there, okay? Taking pictures, capturing their Pokemon, giving all the pictures back to the Niantic Labs who created it, which is just unsafe anyway, right, by itself. Well, you ready for some tinfoil hat moment? How about the fact that the CIA actually created Pokemon Go for a purpose? Uh-oh, it's getting weird now, right? No kidding. Niantic Labs. Okay? It's a subsidiary of the Keyhole Corporation. The Keyhole Corporation is the technology arm of the CIA. So, not only do you have probably the best, programmers in the world, right, that's building this specifically for kids, right? So now the CIA can get a hold of images of places where they could never look to begin with. Okay, and this show is not a show about that. I'm just making a point, right? That the anonymity of your child is just gone. The location of your child is apparent everywhere they go now. Okay, and if the CIA wants to know where your kids are at, you better believe predators want to know where your kids are at. Okay, and now this in-game chat feature where predators can now just communicate with these kids. Imagine a predator in the game, right? Hey, there's a whole bunch of Pokemon over here. Come toward my location. And the kids, oh, okay, let's go. Walking right into the hands of a trap. And what's Pokemon Go going to do about it? What's Niantic Labs going to do about it? What is the CIA or the Keyhole Corporation going to do about that? Nothing. Just parents need to pay attention to what their kids are doing and not let them roam around the neighborhoods, meeting up with complete strangers to capture invisible things that aren't really there. In-game chat. In-game chat. Complete strangers. Remember Omegle? We talked about that a few weeks back, which got shut down. Thank you, God. Omegle's caption, their title was Talk with Strangers. Talk with strangers. And TikTok popularized it. So all the kids went there and they used the app to talk to complete strangers. That's what the whole goal of it was. And then they found out that Omegle had a predator problem. Do you think so? Predators might be scum, but they're not stupid. And now with Pokemon Go having in-game chat, guess where the predators are going? To play Pokemon Go. Unbelievable. Now, Bark, I'm not having a weird moment, okay? Bark is a parental control app. We did look into using them and recommending them, but we found some problems with it. But in any case, Bark did a great overview of this Pokemon Go with the chat feature now. And I want to read to you really quick what Bark had to say. Now, again, Bark is a pretty decent program. It just doesn't seem to have all the features that we like that the Guardian has and AirDroid has, but okay. Says here, when the Pokemon Go app launched in 2016, it was pretty close, it took the world by storm with its groundbreaking augmented reality technology. While it may not be quite as popular as it was at its height, the Pokemon Go app still boasts a surprising number of users, millions, in fact. Most of them are kids. Augmented reality, in simple terms, is using technology like a smartphone to introduce digital elements like images, figures, and sound into your actual surroundings. Anything else to get the kids out of what, reality that they actually live in? Or even onto your own body. That's weird. For Pokemon Go, this means that digital Pokemon appear in your living room, on a walk, or in a public park. You can play by yourself or join up with friends or predators. Pokemon can be a fairly safe app, but there are definitely a few things parents need to know about to help keep their kids safe. First thing that comes up, harmful content. The primary danger of Pokemon Go is the public chat function. Imagine that. It's not directly embedded into the app itself, but through another website that links with Discord. And Discord is a chat and messaging platform that can be incredibly dangerous for children, exposing them to hate speech, adult content, violence, predators, throw that in there, and more. The secondary danger of Pokemon Go is the potential distraction that may take place while playing out in the world. Because the game combines digital interaction with real-life locales, it can be easy for kids to get immersed and lose track of reality. This could lead to walking into busy streets, falling down hills, bumping into objects inadvertently, etc., etc. And a lot of that did happen. But here's the big thing right here. Okay, what do we got? For the predators, right? Even though Pokemon Go is popular among children, it's also popular with adults too. This combined with the fact that there's an optional chat app called GoChat can spell trouble. Anytime an app has a public chat feature, there's always the chance of predatory adults to take advantage of and manipulate kids. See this? And they're already kind of warning about it. Now, look at privacy. The primary privacy concern is that based on the nature of the game, it tracks users' location. This can also be a concern at spots that are called gyms. They used to be called Pokestops, which are local points of interest like a statue in a park where strangers can battle each other. At these gyms, you can also chat with players in the chat and in real life. Okay, now, slightly positive. With the Niantic Kids Parental Portal, if parents would use it, you can help make your child's experience with Pokemon Go a little safer. You can opt into social features like friends, gifting, trading, and sponsored Pokestops for your kid. You can also revoke your child's access to these features at any time. Good idea. Bark can also help if your family uses Pokemon Go. We're here to help you keep your kids safe. All right. And it tells you that they can block the app, so on and so forth. Okay. So, yes, you can now chat with complete strangers. That's what the kids like, and that's what they're doing. Unbelievable, right? Whew. Man. And it's crazy. What do you guys think about that out there? I mean, is this dangerous or what? You know, and some would say, well, you know, it's no more dangerous than using Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all those other ones, right? Yeah, it's dangerous. And kids can do the same thing on there, right? But what's the key here? The key is teaching your kids at a young age about the dangers, okay, of what's happening out there and who's out there and what could happen. The other thing is being nosy, monitoring them. I mean, what parent's going to let their 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old just roam around the neighborhood staring at their phone looking for invisible Pokemon to catch? And then now chatting with somebody who says, come this way because there's Pokemon over here you could catch. And the child's just going to go walk that way toward this person who's a complete stranger who's actually right there. Is that crazy? But this is enhancing the game. Yes, enhancing the game. Haha joined the chat. It's funny, last week I found out who Haha is. Very good friend of mine. She's been a little under the weather, so prayers for her, definitely. Hope she's doing better, but Haha, that is kind of a cool name, username. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I mean, just look at what's going on. I mean, let's just take a breath for a second. Look at the pattern. Parents that give unfettered access to their kids for the internet. You're throwing them out there into a world that it's going to swallow them up if they're not prepared. Then you've got all these predators in the schools, which we just showed you earlier. You even got police officers that are predators, right? Clergy that are predators. Could be anywhere around, right? And now we got games and websites that will facilitate your child meeting up with complete strangers. Does it seem like our kids are being targeted? But the reality is they wouldn't be in so much danger if the parents are involved, right? If the parents are kind of monitoring what's happening, the kids can be safer. And that's what we always say. Like, parents, you're the first line of defense. If it's not you, who is it? It has to be you. Or it's going to be some dangerous person. Marie T says our children are under attack from every angle. They really are. And remember the steps, right? We talked about this last week and week before. Desensitize the kids, demoralize the kids, hypersexualize the kids, and then attack the kids. Desensitize, demoralize, hypersexualize, and then attack. That's the plan. And that's exactly what's happening. And our fear is that we're at that point now where so many kids are being attacked because they have been desensitized. They have been demoralized. We brought you that study just a few weeks back that showed the majority of Americans now think it's not so bad for an 18, 19, or 20-year-old adult to be with a 14-year-old. Like, when did that change? That used to be like horrendous in everybody's eyes. And now there's the majority of Americans, that's not so bad. How we got to that point? How did we get to that point? Because people get desensitized and demoralized. The things that they once held wrong are now okay. And that puts our kids at risk. And it's coming from the culture. It's coming from the music. It's coming from the media. It's coming from the movies. It's coming from the books. Remember we brought you the story about Scholastic, right? World-renowned Scholastic. Turns out they're the ones that are peddling the sexually explicit books into the elementary and middle school libraries. They're putting them there. They're sending them to the schools, to the districts. Who would ever thought that Scholastic would do that, right? Because they've been world-renowned for, 100 years? I don't know. So the kids are now able to pick up books and read sexually explicit material, which starts to hypersexualize them. See the steps? Absolutely out of control. Marie says it just blows my mind still. Yeah, ours too. So Pokemon Go now has in-game chat where the kids can go and meet up with other people around the neighborhood. People they don't know. Parents, the ball's in your court. It's in your court. ProtectYourChildren.org. ProtectYourChildren.org is the website. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, YouTube. We're on all of them. Please like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Unbelievable. All right. Yeah. Haha says some parents are too busy focused in their own social media rabbit holes to take notice. Absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. And that's one thing that we shouldn't be hearing from parents. Oh, I don't really have time to check my kid's phone. I don't have time to monitor the parental control apps. I'm too busy. Well, if you're sitting on social media for hours, okay, you can take 10 minutes and check notifications that's being sent to your phone from your child's phone, okay? You can check the messages that they're sending. You can see what apps they're installing. It doesn't take long to do this. There's no excuse of time when it comes to keeping your children safe. I don't have any time. Now, there's time. There's plenty of time. Now, knowing how to do it, that's another story. On our website, we have a whole section. So parental controls, how to set up parental controls on game systems, iPhones, Androids, all these devices. Step-by-step instructions. And those are all free because they come built in with the actual units. But you can also get MM Guardian, which is like $11 a month. And that will monitor their apps, their activity. AirDroid parental control is $10 a month. I think it's $8 or $10 a month. and that will monitor all their notifications and their GPS location, which is always good to have. So there's things that parents can do to make sure these kids are being safe. Now, what we're saying is you can try to protect them on that level. But if your kids have already been hypersexualized, if they've already been demoralized, if they've already been desensitized, that job of protecting them is going to get 4 times as hard. Because in their mind, they're already set out to do something. So you got to teach them the dangers, teach them the value of their own life, how important they are, teach them that sex does not mean love, okay? That all the things that are in the guidelines that we told you about that's on our website, protectyourchildren.org, you got to teach your kids all that stuff so that they won't fall into these traps to begin with. Alicia, good to see you. She said, evening, brother. I just get out of Facebook jail. Oh, you too? How you like that? Yep. Marie's in Facebook jail right now because she dares said her opinion on abortion. Guess you can't do that no more. Unbelievable. All right, we got just about 8 minutes left. I'm going to bring you this really short clip here. So is it next week? Yes, next week. We are planning, let me check the calendar here. I think it is next week here. Hold on a second. Yes. Wow. Okay. So next Wednesday, there will be no show. God willing, we're going to have a show next Monday. And you say, well, why are you going to move it to a Monday? That's kind of weird. It's going to throw everybody off, right? Well, next Monday is December 18th, and that is the birthday of the missing child, Zachary Michael Cole Bernhardt. I believe he'll be 32, I believe. And we're going to have a special show about his investigation, where we're at with that, some new information that's come up, try to raise some good awareness about his disappearance, because we still believe he is alive. We believe that he is living under an alias. We believe that the family could possibly, not saying they do, could possibly know more, and that there's people that know what happened to this child when he disappeared from Clearwater back in the year 2000. And so we're going to have a special show next Monday, the 18th, on Zachary's birthday, just for him. But to close out the show tonight, I want to show you this clip. This is very, very powerful about Zachary Bernhardt. So take a look, and I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Year-old boy goes missing from his home in the dead of night.
They just said that they couldn't find him, and they were sending out search teams.
But family and law enforcement refuse to give up.
It's like a puzzle, but we were missing lots of pieces.
September 10th, 2000. 8-year-old Zachary Bernhardt has just come home to his mother, 29-year-old Leah Hackett, after playing with neighborhood children. It's just Leah and Zachary living together in the 2-bedroom apartment.
They loved each other a lot. With her being single, that all they had was each other. They're like best friends too. But when she had to be a parent, she was a parent.
He's a fun-loving kid, adventurous, kind, caring. He's always been that way. A sweet boy.
And this is my perfect shirt.
But on this Sunday, Leah has the night off, so it's just the two of them as they settle in for a mother-son evening.
On your night off, you do not go to sleep. You don't change your body in a click. You're used to being awake. And she would go downstairs and watch TV or read.
Leah is wide awake for hours.
At some point in the morning, she decided to go to the pool.
Just prior to leaving, she puts eyes on Zachary to make sure he's still sleeping, which he was in her bed. And then she goes downstairs and exits the apartment. She tells us that she swims from one side to the other. She didn't have anything with it. She didn't have a towel. She didn't have a bathing suit, just what she was wearing. And then she exits the pool, goes back home. She goes back upstairs and enters the apartment. When she enters her apartment, she says that it's cold inside. She keeps the air pretty cool in the apartment. So she immediately wanted to go take a warm shower.
At 4:30 a.m. on September 11th, 2000, Leah walks out of her shower to find her life forever turned upside down. Zachary is gone.
911, what is your emergency? I can't find my son. I went to the pool and then I came back and I got in the shower and then he wasn't here. Doctor, your door was unlocked, ladies. Yes, it was unlocked. This is my fault.
So, of course, the officers responded. They immediately start conducting a search, establishing a perimeter.
The search for Zachary has begun. But the area around his home is full of the woods, wetlands, and waterways Florida is famous for.
It's not real. This is not happening. There's no way that a child just goes missing and you can't find them.
Detective Slaughter knows that family members are often involved in missing children cases.
You think?
So one of his first questions for Leah is, where is Zachary's father?
When they did break that news to him, he did not appear to be wanting to be involved. He was nowhere near the state of Florida during this time period, and they confidently ruled him out as being anyone that could be involved in this case.
The circumstances of Zachary's disappearance are just not adding up.
Clearly, with the statements provided, everyone has questions. For no reason, 4 a.m, coming out of residence, not locking the door behind her, with her child home alone, to go to a swim, no towel. In fact, her statements were she doesn't know why she did that, and she doesn't even like swimming. There was no reasonable explanation for some things.
As more time goes by and the search for Zachary winds down, Leah seems to disappear from the spotlight.
Leah Hackett eventually moved away and at some point made a decision that she wasn't going to participate anymore.
Detectives continue to work Zachary's case, but there are few developments. Then, on New Year's Eve 2001, another terrifying crime is committed at the apartment complex. But this time, there are witnesses. 3 young boys are at the playground in the Savannah Trace apartment complex when a truck pulls up. A man gets out of the vehicle and offers the children ice cream. One of the boys, a 5-year-old, approaches. The boy is returned to his grateful family. He gives a basic description of his abductor, a white male with dark stringy hair.
And that gave us a lot of hope because we thought that they could track that guy and be able to connect maybe to Zachary.
Zachary's case still looms over the Clearwater Police Department.
Like I tell him, 16 years later, it's time to look for a different angle.
But everyone agrees that there are answers out there.
Somebody can't just vanish into thin air. It doesn't happen. Not for this long. Somebody knows what happened to my cousin. Somebody has the answers. Why they won't come forward, I don't know. But somebody knows something, and we'll find out.
If you have any information about the disappearance of Zachary Bernhardt, please contact the Clearwater Police Department at 727-562-4200.
Yeah. So we have done a good 3 years investigating this case. Hundreds and hundreds of comments, feedback from the public. If you go to our YouTube channel, there's a playlist called Zachary Bernhardt Missing, and you can see a summary of the investigation up till about a year ago. And there's definitely a lot of questions. There's a lot of things that aren't lining up. Everybody's quick to go right at the mom. We think that's a possibility that she knows more, but we also think the family may know more. And we're going to go over the case next Monday on a special live show on the 18th in hopes of raising more awareness about Zachary. We're not forgetting about him. We made that commitment to one of the family members that we do have communication with. We will never give up. We'll never stop looking as long as we can. And we need your help. We need people to dig, go on the internet, look his name up, Zachary Michael Cole Bernhardt. Provide feedback, and tell others about the live show so that they can join in. Anybody who's an amateur sleuth or they're interested in those kinds of things, tell them about the show. Say, hey, you should check the show out. It's going to be about a missing boy. He was 8 years old when he went missing. Not far from here, actually. Our home base is in Tampa, and that was in Clearwater. But there's definitely some strange things there. And we want to continue to raise awareness about his disappearance. So that'll be coming next Monday, God willing, the 18th of December, Zachary's birthday. So hope you'll join us for that. That's about it for tonight. I thank you guys for being here. Please share the podcast. Honestly, we're not getting a lot of shares. We're getting about three or four shares. And we post, for a couple days afterwards, we repost the link to the podcast. We're getting 3 or 4 people sharing it. We have over 5,000 followers on our business page. We've got over 600 in the group. And we're getting 3 or 4 shares. So we ask you to do your part. When the podcast gets posted, click share it on your profile. Get the word out so that more kids can be protected. That's what we can ask you to do. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. And it'll definitely go a long way. So, again, thanks for being here. This is Chris with Protect Your Children Incorporated. God willing, we'll see you Monday, the 18th, not Wednesday, the 20th, but Monday, the 18th. We'll be posting, of course, throughout the week. And as usual, continue to post on our page. It's slowed down recently. I know the holidays, but we're not getting much stuff to share from people. But remember, if you find something that's educational, that raises awareness, post it to our page. We'll make sure that it gets out to everybody. So thank you for that. Until next week, thank you to HaHa. Thank you to Maria, who just came in, Facebook user. Alicia, Rising on Eagle's Wings. And Marie T. and all the others that are listening and watching out there. We thank you for taking the time to learn how to keep your kids safe and for listening to us as we try to teach and help you keep kids safe. So thank you. Until next week. Stay focused. Keep the kids safe.